Hello, friends. Uh, Here I'm back to do an April, May, and part of June artist blog. So glad you stopped by. And it's been a very busy 3 months, 2.5, 3 months, with many different projects. One large one coming to an end, which I am super excited about. My April was mostly getting ready for West Coast Culinary Symposium, which was at the end of April. That was a historical cooking event that I was organizing. Finally, after 5 years, it actually happened. We had about 45, 50 people, and the event really was great. People, just so that anybody doesn't know, so West Coast Culinary is part of the Society for Creative Anachronisms. It's a club I'm in my history geekdom, and so it's all about cooking, or historical cooking and brewing and all things culinary. We had classes both days, historical meals, lots of new friendships made, lots of discussions, and overall it was a really fun event. Everything went pretty well. What was exciting about it too, there was a snowstorm that happened. Well, a bit of a storm, I guess you could say it. A little smattering of it. I'm not really one that has experienced falling snow before, or very much at all. But so then I got to enjoy it. Took some video of that, and it was a little chilly, and it snowed also overnight, which was all of the snow was a surprise. We were not expecting any snow at all, and but it happened, and it actually stopped at a good time, and there was no chains that needed to be on my car, and I returned home after a meal with friends up on the mountain in Angeles Oaks, San Bernardino area, and that all did really, really well. So that was my April. May was full of getting ready for several big events, one of which was Potrero War, which is also another SCA event. It was actually, I think it's technically 5 days. That is a camping event with lots of medieval combat, like fighting and archery. And as a merchant, I was selling with a whole bunch of other vendors, and yeah, it was. And it's held in Potrero Park, which is about like 10 minutes, 15 minutes from the Mexican border, closest to Tecate. And so that was quite a drive for me, and it was very, very warm, but it wasn't actually too bad. I'm glad I did it, but the first day I was wiped out because I think it was in the 90s. I was able to move my booth from another area, which I'm glad I spoke up, because I would have just been miserable in the other spot. So I got underneath a big tree, and on the main road, I guess you could say, Merchant Row, and yeah, it was pretty good. It was like, I think, the 24th through the 27th, I think, or something like that. It was over the 3 day. Sorry about that. I was rubbing my eyes. Over the 3 day. The weekend after that was my first try at Koroneburg Renaissance Festival. So that was really a cool experience. And that was in Corona, California. And I had signed up as a artist just for a weekend, because I don't know if I could possibly make enough stock and have enough help and you have to invest for spots. So I just wanted to do this as a test. I had never been to that site. and it was a learning experience for sure. And but I'm glad I did it. I sold quite a bit of my stuff, and it was incredibly hot, especially the first day. I was feeling pretty bad. My friend Arwen was with me, thank God, because the heat was not affecting her as badly as me. I was closing my eyes most of the day. If there was a place to lie down, I would have lied down. So take a snooze. Um, but it all worked out. And I don't know if I'm going to do it next year. I don't know if they'll have me back. We'll see what happens. If I'm available, then I'll just keep my eyes peeled. I'm looking at doing possibly more Renaissance fairs. So there's that. So also during this time when I was trying to bring up stock, part of April I was also making stock for the different shows that I was doing, and because I knew that I had two big-ish shows back to back, and after West Coast Culinary, a lot of my best pieces were sold. So it's always this selling, making stuff in rotation all the time. It would have been nice to have a few more pieces for Koroneburg, but I did fine, and I really didn't know what was going to sell either. One of the cool things about Koroneburg was the buildings, and they had misters in the front part, so which cut down on the heat, and they had a lot of demos happening with fighting demos and lots of singing and music. They had bars all in there. Really kind of cool overall, with vendors and food places and just a lot. We ended up being in the very back area. It's an expanding area, very dry, with very little shade. So I don't know if they're going to keep that site. I know they're trying to lock it down, but right now it's kind of up in the air, which is why they don't want to invest a whole lot of money into building more buildings and putting the misters and power and all that. So, but overall, it was a good event, and I learned a lot. And so, and since then, I've been building up and signing up for more shows. And
A bunch of swords walk into a bar. The bartender says, "Hey, I'm swamped." They got a really big order. He got it delivered to their table in one try. He just had to use it two-handed.
I'm coming up in July 4th. I got into Baycon, WesterCon up in Northern California. So I am working on a bunch of sci-fi geeky goodness, pots, some gothic and all that, and hoping that that it'll work out for that group. I'm a geek myself, so I'm gonna just keep making things that I like, and hopefully other people like it too, and turns into money or not. It's just all an experience. I also got into, for August, GalaxyCon in Northern California, which is another sci-fi convention. I think it's a pretty big one. I've never been to a GalaxyCon, so that's going to be a learning curve, and I'm hoping to document that as I do it. So hopefully, just wish me luck. Hopefully, it's not a big failure, but whatever. You have to break some eggs to make omelets, I guess. I guess that's the thing. So, but on top of all of the shows and the stock building, I also got into a number of galleries and new ones to me. When I came back from West Coast Culinary, I immediately brought one piece over to the Hive Gallery, which is one I've been showing at on and off all last year. And so I was part of their 20th anniversary spotlight show, which was really great. And I was accepted into two other new galleries to me. One was called Raven's LA Gallery, which was in Echo Park, which is on the other side of downtown LA. And it's a really cute gallery with a little boutique right next to it, and very very nice gallerist. And that was a circus sideshow type theme, which was really cool. I brought in three pieces they accepted, and I got into another Echo Park gallery, which was just pretty much down the street from the other one, which had a Once Upon a Time theme, which was that gallery. I think it's very, very, very new. Ravens, the gallerist owned the boutique and decided to buy the space next to it and turn it into a gallery. So she just basically started doing these shows. And Echo Park Art, which was the other gallery, which was further down, they are just a full gallery with, actually it's two units, it looks like, with art pieces, and they had an open house reception that I was at as well. So yeah, it's my pieces are still there as of the middle of June. I'm going to be picking. Well, that's at the Echo Park Art. I picked up my Ravens LA pieces a couple weeks ago, and I got into another gallery in Hermosa Beach, which was the gallery of Hermosa Beach, and that was my Trumpkin, which is a ceramic pumpkin, but I sculpted Trump's face in it. It looks all creepy, so like he is. So anyway, it's like hard to explain. You have to go to my Instagram to really check it out. But and then I've actually been sending out my more work out. One piece went to a gallery in Kansas, and I have another one that I have to send to New Mexico. So I'm getting in quite a few galleries. That was my goal. My goal was actually just to get into three new ones, but I really just sent out a bunch of call of entries, fill out their forms, paid the fees, and then I was chosen. Out of, I think, 5 I did, I got into 4, which is pretty amazing. And if anybody's going to learn anything from it, is always try, no matter what. Whether you think, don't self-edit yourself, don't stop yourself from putting in for shows or asking for space or trying to, do better for yourself. Just do it. It's better just to do it and fail than to never do it, and then you lose out even more. It's like you're not even trying. So anyhow, so that's been what I've been focusing on the past couple of months. And I may add a few more commentary here, but my microphone's been acting up, so I'm afraid of talking too much and then having to redo, because this is my third time trying to do this. So anyhow, hopefully you enjoy all of the updates and all the videos in here, and I will be talking to you again later. See you later. Bye.